Alright, I did a video on black murders, and I just want to sort of take on some of the myths you hear a lot, or at least some of the misconceptions people have about murder and race. There's this conception that people have based off of a lot of the media stories that there's a lot of white on black crime and black on white crime, and I just think it's important to sort of look at real data and see what the data really shows, because overall, when you look at the uniform crime statistics and really pretty much any statistic, it's pretty clear that no matter how high a murder rate is in a certain community, most people in that community pretty much kill people within their own community. So blacks pretty much kill blacks, and whites pretty much kill whites. Let's take a look at the data. Okay, let's take a look at the data. In the year 2013, according to the Uniform Crime Report, 3,005 white people were murdered in single victim, single offender events. 2,491 black people were murdered. Now, black people only represent 12 to 13% of the general population, but we almost represent half of the murder victims in this country, at least in 2013. And it was the same for the other years. We'll get into that. When you look at the black homicide victims, out of the 2,491 black victims, 2,245 of them were killed by other black people. The vast majority of them were killed by other black people, and only 189 of them were killed by white people. I'll say that again. Only 189 out of the 2,491 black people killed that year were killed by white people. Usually when a black person dies, a black person is murdered, is another black person. Same thing for white people. Overwhelming majority of white murderers, white victims were killed by other white people. There you go, right there. 2,509 out of the 3,005 white victims were killed by other white people. However, it's interesting that even though black people only represent 12 to 13% of the population, there was actually 409 white people killed by black people, and only 189 black people killed by white people. So you actually have black people killing twice as many white people as vice versa. Overall, white people committed about 2,755 murders that year. That's like the total amount of murders committed by white people. You can see it in that column where it says white, all the white offenders. And you had black people commit 2,689, just a little bit less. So you basically have 50-50 there. I mean, again, we only represent 12% of the population. It's completely unacceptable. With this said, that this is only data collected by law enforcement, so these are only cases where they know about the race and everything and all the factors. So this doesn't really include unsolved crime, so that's important. Here's a look at 2012. It's pretty much the same story. Again, these are known cases. This doesn't include the unknown cases. This is 2011. Pretty much the same story. Interesting enough, crime overall seems to be dropping, according to this FBI Uniform Crime Report. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Bye.